Everybody, Andrew Cuneo here for one more run through the Chromatic cube. Hoping to get a sweet deck. I'm not a huge fan of trying to play a ton of colors, which Kenrith kind of necessitates. It's a pretty good card, and there are some other good 5-color cards in the cube, but I think that you just have to fight too hard to get the lands. There is this card, Wrenn and Realmbreaker, which I think is really important, or really good to get if you actually want to do the 5-color thing. I'm not going to start off in that. I'm going to pick... I really like Swarm Saboteur, just because it's a cheap card that's pretty high impact on the game. Both because, you know, it has Death Touch, so it can trade up with things, and also if you just make a bunch of the Virus Beetles, you can do a lot of damage to your opponent's hand. There's also Incubation Druid and Sarkin. I think those are the 3 best cards. I don't want to pick Incubation Druid just because it has this stupid card style that I would have to eliminate. Also, I think I like black better as a color than green in this cube. Now, what do we got? Menagerie Curator, which is pretty hard to get a deck where it triggers a lot. Just because there's a decent amount of overlap with a lot of the creature types. There's also Skull Prophet, but if I was going to pick between these two, I would just take Menagerie Curator. I think the upside's enough to make it better than Skull Prophet. However, there's also Mind Stone, which is really strong. But, oh, I didn't see it at first. There's Double Vision. I'm going to pick Double Vision just because it leads to the sweetest decks. I think if you wanted to maximize your chances to win, you should probably pick Mind Stone there. All right, now that we're a Double Vision deck, we're going to have to be blue. Because once you have Double Vision, you have to pick the, what's it called? Mythos of, it's not, a Mythos of Aluna. You have to pick Mythos of Aluna if you see it. I could maybe be Grixis and still play the Swarm Saboteur. I'm going to take Spirebluff Canal because I know I'm red-blue. I don't understand why people pass this card so late. This card is really, really good. I think there's this thing that's going on in the Chromatic Cube where some people really don't like the Alchemy cards, so they just don't pick them or don't pick them highly enough. So stuff that's in Alchemy only frequently goes later than it should. I'm not a huge fan of Rona, but I might pick it. The other options would be Sacred Foundry, Krenko, Soul Transfer. I'll just take Sacred Foundry. The 4-mana Narset was in a previous pack, and that might wheel. That card's really good if you get it in the right deck. I'm interested in a new pack. What do you have to offer for me? And they're really holding out on me. Where'd all the packs go? This is me. Maybe I'll get a pack soon. I did, I got a pack. And it has another red-blue dual land, which I know I need the red-blue dual lands, because I know I'm going to pick Mythos of Aluna when I see it. I'm going to be very sad if I never see it. This guy, Rizzo the Bone Cobbler, I have also made it a goal of mine to play with this a lot in this cube, because At first I didn't understand how it works, but now that I understand it, it is actually pretty powerful. I'm not going to pick it here because it doesn't really go with a double vision deck. But if you get stuff like Luris, and you can just have Luris in play as an artifact that your opponent can't even kill, well, they can't interact with it with stuff that interacts with creatures, it's pretty powerful. Similarly with Henrika Domnathi too. There's lots of ways to get good value out of Rizug. And as I said all the time, anything that's like 2 or 3 mana in this cube that is good later on in the game is really at a premium. Okay. Some pretty good options here between Dismiss and Electrostatic Blast. I'm going to take Dismiss. Electrostatic Blast works kind of oddly with double vision because the trigger that Electrostatic Blast generates doesn't resolve until after the double visioned Electrostatic Blast, so you want it with 2 Electrostatic Blast triggers waiting for you to cast a spell, which I think is not great. Like, you would prefer to get the first trigger right away, I think. So we have some pretty good Grixis cards, and we also have the Spelldrain Assassin, an incredibly bad Grixis card. This one can't survive another iteration of this cube, surely. It's way too bad. I think I'm going to go with Nicol Bolas. Just because it's cheaper than Hidetsugu and Kairi. Hidetsugu and Kairi does have the benefit that you can get it with Breach the Multiverse, which is pretty sweet. Alright, the Sarkin Wield. That's kind of nice. Ooh, mana fixing for my Nicol Bolas.
If you don't respect dragons, then we have a score.
Don't think I want to play a double black card. Guess I'm going to take a blue-white land. At this point, I'm pretty unlikely to be white. I don't think Teferi Master of Time is a card you should just... I think it's pretty terrible. I've never seen someone cast it and seen it be effective. Oh, the Narset Wield, so maybe I am going to be white and not black. We're going to have to decide. Currently, I'm leaning towards white just because I have all these white duels. I don't really like Electro Dominance very much. It's too expensive for what it does. I guess I'll take Restoration of Eiganjo. I might play with that. I don't think I'm going to play with those. Alright. Ooh, last pick card Evidence. That's pretty nice. Ah. Another one of the criminally underrated cards in this cube. Karn's Temporal Sundering. Great pickup here. So well, I'm really leaning towards cutting black at this point. What can we get? Oh, Mythos of Aluna. It's not a sad draft. I got it. Just like I needed. I'm looking to see if there's anything that I'm going to be interested in wheeling, and I think the answer is no. Neither the double white cards nor any of the lands are particularly helpful for me. So in order to play Restoration of Eiganjo, I need to play probably 2 basic planes. That's not very appealing. That doesn't seem very likely to make my deck. I'd really like to get some cards like Abrade, or I don't know if Mephit's Enthusiasm is in the cube. That's another one I would like. Ooh. I think I have to take Nib Mizzet. Probably over the land or the Celestis. The Celestis would be quite good. But Nib Mizzet's very sweet when you have Sarkin to make it easy to cast. Yeah, let's go with Nib Mizzet. If I'm lucky, I'll get the Magda. I'll be able to... I'll get Magda and I'll get Spell Swindle. And so I can do the Spell Swindle Magda combo to get my Nib Mizzet. I really need some cheap cards at this point. I've got all the sweet expensive stuff. Oh, there's the Magda. All right, my plan's starting to come together. The incredibly unlikely Spell Swindle Magda to get my Niv Mizzet in play combo. There's not really anything else I'm particularly interested in this pack. Jin Gets Access is just so sad. It takes too long for it to do anything. And it has all that text on the back that you're never going to get to do that in a million years. So I'm actually in great shape for the Karn's Temporal Sundering. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that allow me to cast it. Not a huge fan of the Reality Chip, even though it is a cheap card. The fact that you need to have a second body and invest 3 more mana into it before it starts doing anything is... it's not my kind of thing. I'm just taking Electrolyze. Non-creature, non-land card. Oh, you can do Planeswalkers with this? Like if I get this up to 4 power, I can get my Sarkin back? Wow. I didn't realize it wasn't just instants and sorceries. You can also do stuff from your opponent's graveyard. This probably isn't quite good enough for standard play, but as a form, like, it's a 4-mana card that doesn't have an immediate effect when you cast it, but it gets to the point of actually being interesting. Do we want Perforos's Intervention or Forsaken Crossroads? I think I'm going to take Perforos's Intervention just because I don't have a lot of removal right now. Hopefully I get... if I'm going to play 3 colors, I'd like to get to like 7 dual lands maybe, but I already have 4. So it's an okay start. Here I have a choice between Relic of Legends and Shatter Skull Smashing. I like both of those cards a fair amount. I don't really like Invasion of New Phyrexia very much. I mean, it's okay. If you're playing blue-white, you should probably play it. But the thing is, when you get to the Planeswalker side, the abilities don't usually do very much in my decks, I've found. Because like, you don't have knights other than the tokens you made with off of the Invasion of New Phyrexia, so... either you have so many knights that it doesn't matter, or you don't have any knights left by the time you flip it, so getting the emblem doesn't do anything. The plus ability where you kind of loot through your deck is decent, but I tend not to have a ton of creatures. My deck, so discarding creatures is usually not really an option. Oh, Star of Extinction, nice. And then the minus ability, I also tend not to have a ton of... the other minus ability, I tend not to have a ton of creatures in play, so it's hard to use that ability. I like Star of Extinction a lot. It's a really good sweeper in this cube. Over Rewind and Fibblethip, which both would have been okay. I think Rewind is a lot worse than Dismiss, just because it's usually hard to have turns where you can use the 4 mana after you play the Rewind. Do I want Elite Guard Mage or Resto Angel? Probably just Elite Guard Mage. I don't really have very much that the Resto Angel works with. I guess I didn't really consider taking... I don't even remember what the card was I didn't consider. Oh, White Sun Zenith. I just didn't consider it because it's double white, and I don't have enough dual lands, and I want to play double white cards with Niv Mizzet. Realmbreaker's pretty good, but I think I want the Celestis in my deck. I don't really like any of these cards. This thing just isn't effective enough at killing permanents. Magmatic Channeler could make my deck. It's okay. Neheb also could make my deck, but probably won't. Do I want to just play Bitter Reunion instead? Maybe. Bitter Reunion actually might make my deck. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands here. I'm going to play 18 lands, so I'm going to be adding 13 lands to my deck and 5 more spells. So I'm looking for 5 spells out of this pack. This pick is very easy. It's just a Braid. Oh, the third part. Man, the whole plan is starting to come together. Because remember, we have to get out. We have to spell swindle something, then play Magda and sack all the treasures to put Niv Mizzet in play. That's the goal. If I'm lucky, this Hengegate pathway is going to wheel. This pack has the super boring pick of Lutri in it. And nothing else I would even consider playing. So we're taking the super boring pick. Now, this Futuristic Spell Thief card really is not at home in this cube. Spending 3 mana to just like... You're basically spending 3 mana to get a free 3/2 at some point. Because you know, whatever card you're getting the duplicate of, you could have probably put a similar power level card in your deck over the Futuristic Spell Thief. Or the Futurist Spell Thief. So if you're playing with that card, it's because you think a 3 mana 3/2 is good in this cube. And if you think that, you're wrong. 1, 2, 6. Well, a 3 mana 3/2 it doesn't leave you down a card. I mean, that's just not a good card in this cube. Agent of Rafine, on the other hand, is an exceptional card. Those conscripts, I feel like it tends to go later in this cube than it should. I don't know if people realize you can steal planeswalkers with it. It's not just creatures. I guess you can steal any permanent, but creatures and planeswalkers are definitely at the top of the list. Oh, there's a Prismatic Command, but there's also Cybus Siphoner. How good of a Cybus Siphoner deck am I? I'm actually a pretty good Cybus Siphoner deck. I guess we're taking Cybus Siphoner. You can set up a loop with Snowborn Simulacra and Cybus Siphoner. You know, to just keep playing Snowborn Simulacra every turn. I've never seen a game where you actually needed to do that to win, though. Do I want Kindred Denial? I wouldn't play with Fire. And I hate Gilded Lotus. I'm never going to put that in my deck. Yeah, I guess I'm just taking Kindred Denial. I think I have a reasonable curve for it. I've got 1, 2, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, a 7. That's a pretty good curve for it. So I'm really just hoping the Hengegate pathway wheels, and I'm hoping this has a dual land I can play. It does not, but it does have Fight with Fire, which is very good with double vision. So I will be taking that, and we'll probably cut something. Maybe the Baron. Maybe the Elite Guard Mage. Baron's not very good in my deck, but it is another legendary that allows me to play the Temporal Sundering. I do want a dual land, but I'm not going to put Mana Confluence in my deck. It's just too painful. I'm not going to play with any of these cards. I think I'm going to cut the Elite Guard Mage. I have a lot of other stuff at 4 mana. It's higher impact than it. I don't remember. Oh, this is the Hengegate Pathway pack. Excellent. Terror of the Peaks would obviously be a pretty good card in my deck. Well, maybe. Well, it would be pretty good just with the mild dragon synergies, but I'm not going to pick it over a dual land because I really don't need another spell. So we've got 3 white producing dual lands. And I'm just playing the Narset. I don't really need to even play white. I'm going to play with the Narset though, just because I like it. Wow, I was wrong. The Futurist Spell Thief, it's just what I need. I don't think I have to play a Plains. I could just play Discovery Dispersal. This is the nerfed version of Winota, which is kind of sad. Is it possible I should have Discovery Dispersal in my deck? My deck's not going to be very good at casting Dispersal, right? I don't have any black dual lands. My only black mana sources are Treasures from Magda, Spell Swindle, and the Celestis. It's not nothing, but it's not a lot. I got to remember to companion Lutri. I always forget. Definitely not going to play this Plains. I don't want to play a Plains just because it makes it just screws up casting Niv Mizzet. I don't need the white mana badly enough. If I didn't have the white duels, I certainly wouldn't be playing this Narset. I could just play a different card instead. I think Discovery Dispersal. What would I cut for it? I don't have to have hard evidence in my deck. I like having it in my deck, though. I also don't have to play all of these legendaries just for Karn's Temporal Sundering. I forgot I have a Lutri. So I think I'm going to cut Baron for Discovery Dispersal. This is nice both because it's a perfectly reasonable play on turn 2 with Discovery. But if you get later in the game and like you get to Dispersal with Double Vision in play, it usually is just game ending. I don't think there's any reason I should try to warp my deck to get Nicol Bolas in it. All right. So the goals for these games are to get quadruple vision in play, meaning 3 copies of double vision at the same time, and also to use Magda to summon a Niv Mizzet. No thanks. I wouldn't like to Perforos's Intervention for 0 there, but thanks for the offer. Certainly not worth leaving a Lotus Cobra in play when they play it on turn 2. Even though in theory I could, you know, get Lutri and then eventually try to work up to doing something with Lutri and Purphoros' intervention. There's just no point playing like that. Opponent has a flying theme deck. I'm gonna let Celestis flip. See if we can find something useful. That wasn't exactly what I wanted. So this thing is, what is it giving hexproof currently? Other permanents. Okay.
A world of monsters? This is my paradise. I'd like you to meet my friend, Stumpy.
Oh, I can't do that. I can't Snowborn Simulacra because of the Sigarda. Nice. Well, not so nice for me. In all honesty, I'm not going to Kindred Denial the Ornithopter of Paradise. Probably going to lose this game. I'm not going out without a fight, though. Copying this with Lutri doesn't do anything. I'm probably going to flash the Lutri in play anyway, because it'll allow me to play Karn's Temporal Sundering.
I call, and Decoria answers.
Down to 1. The Celestis is about to flip, which is nice. Do I want the Sarkin? I need the land. Yeah, I think Electrolyze is going to be better than Sarkin. Can Simulacra the Vivian now? I think I should do that. It's just a land. I'm gonna have to cast the Ornithopter of Paradise. Oh, that's the card I needed.
Respect nature. We're gonna have
Have a chance to come back.
new friends.
If I don't die this turn, I think I'm actually in okay shape. Obviously, if they have anything that can interact with any of my blockers, I die. Oh, do I have to destroy target land? I'm going to have to destroy my own land with Starve Extinction because of the Sigarda? Nice. The mountain coming. Good thing I got that free land from the Snowborn Simulacra.
Beaten, but not extinct.
Oh, that's a good one to make cost some more. This has been a really good game. This is my loot tree from the Snowborn Simulacra. Raid's not going to help me all that much. Cybercypher, on the other hand, that's going to be a good one. Oh, I could have killed them on my turn. I forgot I had Purpuros's Intervention in the graveyard. It's like a white-green ramp deck. I don't think I want Zealous Conscripts against what they were offering, so let's just play it the way it is. I don't really even need my 6th land for the Niv Mizzet because I'm so likely to spell Swindle into it. I was looking forward to just getting Lutri into my hand next turn, but I'm gonna have to raid the Squee. Squee's one of the cards in this cube that makes it so that the strategy I'm drafting just isn't the best strategy all the time. Like they need to have some cards that punish you from just playing the expensive counters that give you a lot of value. And Squee is one of them. Hello, Narset. So if I want to, next turn I can attack with this crab and it'll become a 1-power thing. I don't really want to do that though. I think I want to find a spell rather than having Lutri in my hand. I did not find a spell. Kagla and Ichiadaro. Are they going to kill my Narset? I think they may want to just be haste trample here. Please live, Niv Mizzet. Don't just eat the edict. Oh, the edict. Alright, this game's gonna be hard now. Hope they have sweepers in their deck, because I'm gonna need one. Not a herald build. No. That's not what I needed. So if I kill these two... Can I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have to play my little... No, I don't have to play my land. I can also pass the turn and let this flip to gain another life. Will I die to squee if I do that? Not sure. I guess I can do it in combat, so I won't die to squee. I think that I can live through this turn. Oh no, I can't because I have to chump this, and I take 3. Yeah, I die. I think this is a pretty good keep on the play. My deck is happy to make a lot of land drops, which is what this hand's going to do. And remember, I do have just like turn 3 get Lutri into my hand. Turn 4 just play it, trade with something. If I didn't have a companion, I might have mulliganed that hand. Maze Tome. Oh, and white land, not a white land. Do I want a Maze Mind Tome? Sure. I think I'm actually going to scry with my Maze Mind Tome. They do have cast out, so it's this turn 6 Niv-Mizzet isn't going to just run away with the game for sure. If they can't deal with the Niv-Mizzet, I'll certainly sit on the Dismiss, but I think I want to advance my board. They can deal with the Niv-Mizzet. Well, not that well, though, because... I'm going to be able to just Snowborn Simulacra the Angel of Sanctions. I don't think I'm really going to need to draw cards off of this thing. I think I just want to dig in case I need to find my... Can this exile angels? Yeah. I just want to dig in case I need to find my Star of Extinction. Discard a card. What should it be? I think I'll just discard Hengegate Pathway. I might actually cast this Nissa. That didn't go great for me. I can embalm this thing? I wasn't expecting to be able to embalm it. How did oh, I got this from a Snowbarn Simulacra, so it's like an actual card. Hey, it's Kagwa and it's Shidaro. I really wasn't expecting them to be so good at keeping the Mid-Wizard off the board. They had kind of triple answers for it. Plenty of evidence. Is embalming a spell? Can I counter it? No. This game has been hard fought. Okay, that's not what I want to do. I think I want to do... That's copy that, because you have to, the way copying works in Magic, if something's split, it has to have the same number of targets. It's pretty bizarre, but it is in fact how it works. That should do it. I think I want to get rid of the Sigarda, which allows me to Fires of Victory this. It's my double vision in play, which allows me to do this. Oh, the double vision still didn't work. I don't think it's going to matter.
Open sky. That's where true freedom lies.
I think there might have been a better way to have done all of this, but I've done it the way that I saw to do it.
A world of moth.
Just want lands. Still just want lands. Alright. Really just need one more land and I'll be in good shape. The Ganja is being restored to its former glory. Its same glory, it's just being bad. Ganja's a bad place. People should feel bad if they want to visit. Ooh. Goodbye, the Celestis. This is another one of these games where the 4-mana counters are actually going to be pretty awkward. So I'm going to take an 8-ball, go to 7. This isn't a knight at least, it's a samurai. But they can get it for 3.
Strike fast and strike hard.
Taking 11, going to 4. Nothing matters. I think if I draw a Braid as my next card, or maybe Hard Evidence, I could be in okay shape.
We can save everyone. This is our fight to win.
That was a beating. Do I actually want Baron in my deck against someone? They made a lot of tokens. It's so sad when you die before you even have a chance to cast Double Vision. All because of the restoration of Aganjo, bringing back Cathar Commando. One Shaven Dragon, please.
There's no better ally than a dragon.
Oh, I'm home. We must protect the people. Show them how we greet our enemies.
It's hit Planeswalkers. I think it can only hit creatures. What's this one do?
Good news. Death is ever present.
Bathe in dragon fire.
Gross. Really go for some lands so I can get to the point where I can play the Star of Extinction.
Than the dead.
I hate being grounded.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Servitude. Think of it as partnership.
Try not to miss me.
Hope this doesn't get to over 20 loyalty my next turn. Just hoping I'll just die. Lion Sash coming in hot.
Nothing is ever truly gone. I'm done here.
Alright, it's time. Time for the Sheevan Dragon. They haven't cracked their Mind Stone still. And a Noxious Gearhulk. I walked into that one. I don't think I win by just getting a magnet and jumping for a turn. So we can find something else. No, I lose. Maybe I could have won if I didn't play that Sheevan Dragon. I guess I was greedy to play it. I could have just played Mind Stone. That's a nice land. Probably should have done this in response just to try to steal one of the lands they were looking for. Given they only had one mountain in their deck and I got the mountain, that would be insane. Got some omnathing going on over there. Want to deploy maximum mana. This way if I draw a land I can go double vision, double abrade. Nice. I don't know that I've ever seen Avacyn's Pilgrim in this cube before. I must have. I played a ton of it, but I really don't think I've seen it. Strange. I want to pass so I get a loot off the Celestis. I think I should. If they have an instant, they get to rash me, but probably they don't. I'm never going to play Bobby Gormos. Goodbye. Sweatlands. Oh, I thought they might have a second spell. They did not. Really? I didn't have any more 3s left in my deck? How can that be? I really didn't have any more 3s? If you say so, you know. I think I'm going to double Dispersal rather than double Discovery there. I'll just use Rafine. I'm also going to chump this turn with the crab. Hopefully my double vision doesn't get destroyed. That last match, that they really got me with Cathar Commando 2 games in a row. It's a big boy. It's not a land. That is a land. I'm gonna block like this in case they can counter one of the copies. I'm chumping the Omnath then. If they don't have anything, they're both winding up in their hand, and my Avacyn's Pilgrim will live. Gain life with this thing, right? Yeah, 4 life. I might want to do that this game. Sadly, they're at 32 life, so double fight with fire not happening anytime soon. Whoa, they pitched Omnath. Wow. Was not expecting that. They have a counter? They did indeed. I think I'm gonna jump the Voran clicks with the Agent of Rafine, just to prevent a little bit of damage. Oh, why are they upkeep Dream Eatering? What the hell? How is this a good play? Oh, I guess they're doing it because they want to surveil into something in particular, but what could it possibly be? I should maybe just double jump this turn, and then double Starve Extinction them. Wind up with 5. Yeah. I can destroy both of their red lands. Oh, I didn't double block. My mistake. I guess it's kind of better I didn't double block because the mana is actually going to come in handy. It means I get to play Side the Siphoner. Go, opponent, your lands. They've been defeated. Deal with it. Deal with it if you can. What kind of stuff did they mill with this Dream Eater? Mirari's Wake? They have Voracious Great Shark and Vorn Click. I should try to remember that for the next games. Beast Whisperer, okay. I should just continue extincting them? I think I'm going to, actually. 31's a lot of life to have to fight through. I definitely don't want to leave the Beast Whisperer in play, and I don't really want to use my Fight with Fire on it. I'm actually somewhat close. Like, I can deal 20 damage right now with Fight with Fire to their face. If I get the Lutri in my hand, I could deal 30. Cards left in my deck. So I'm going to save this Explorer for next turn. I'll play Niv Mizzet and then play Explorer. I'll probably die very quickly from that. Not even going to use the looting. I don't want to run out of deck at this point. It's only going to be 2 double visions. I'll do it though. That is not going to save you. It's not, honestly, not even close. Let's get these triggers going on. I'm beginning to suspect I'm not going to accomplish my goal of using Magda to get out Niv Mizzet. It's the final game. Well, I guess it's not the final game. I could lose this game, and then we'd have another game. I'm ready, opponent. Do your worst. Is their worst going to be passing the turn without playing a second land? No. Guess I'm going to kill this now. This way, if I draw an untapped land next turn, I can give Celestis Discovery. Obviously, if I don't draw an untapped land, I'm just playing Celestis. Well, maybe if they have Augur Bottom, I'm actually gonna have a different plan. Would have played Sarkin if I could have that turn just to kill the Augur. I think these expensive counters are better if you're blue-black in this cube than on your blue-red. Blue-red is much worse at playing at instant speed than blue-black. Blue-black, you can get cards like Murderous Rider and Pile On, Pile Down, whatever it's called. Should I just gamble? Or not the double vision? If they have a land and they have, what's that 9-mana dinosaur called? It'd be really bad for me. Let's see if we can find out. Zakama. Zakama is the 9-mana dinosaur. If they go land Zakama, there'll be time for me to pack it in. If I get to untap with double vision and they don't have anything too bad in play, it's going to be time for them to pack it in. Yeah, Ravager Worm. I ain't going to do nothing. I think they thought they could blow up one of my lands. They cannot. It's not how that card works. I can potentially play some free stuff with the Augur of Autumn this turn. I don't love that they're getting to do that, but I think it's better to just do the double dispersal again. Maybe we can let them. I'm gonna bounce the Omnath. I don't think I care that much about them getting free cards. I think it's going to be much more about just maximizing mana efficiency. Hopefully I draw a land. If I draw a land, I'm definitely just making 2 more double visions. I don't know what's going on over there. They're really in the tank about gaining 4 life. Maybe they were thinking about whether they wanted to play the land if I had dispersal. That would have been a reasonable thing to be thinking about. I'm not sure they made the right decision, if that's what they were thinking about, though. Alright, I achieved at least one of my goals. That probably wasn't even the right way to play my turn, but I had to do it to achieve a goal. I could have just copied their whole board with Snowborn Simulacra. I guess I could have even made more double visions. Maybe that was a dumb card to discard. I decided to play it safe, though. Just play the Electrolyze, get rid of most of what they've got going on. And have Dismiss up. Probably kill them next turn. I'm gonna have 4 copies of this thing. Actually, it would be Xaxes. 28 damage. All right, well, hope you enjoyed that. Sadly, I didn't get that Niv Mizzet that we were all hoping I would get from the Magda. Thanks for watching. See you next time.